Hello everybody, this is Hockey Pones and this is my new introduction screen, and we are going to see Jacob Larsson in the shift by shift video. This is the last video I'm going to be recording before the draft because I'm recording on the morning of the draft. On to Larsson. Larsson is a bigger than average sized mobile defenseman who skates very well. He's listed at about 6'2", 180 pounds, and he's been labeled as a two-way defenseman, and I think that as he progresses through the professional ranks, I think he's going to do more as a defensive defenseman. Now in this shift, of course, you see him jump in and make me look like a complete liar and a fool, but he doesn't do that for most of the video here. Since it's coming right up, I'm going to talk about his size a little bit. I'm, of course, a big fan of defensemen who has size, but I'm not a fan of a defenseman who has size and no strength. You're going to see right here where he loses a physical battle pretty easily there. He gets shoved off, and that's just one of the criticisms I have of this game, and I want to start off with that because that's what's happening earlier in the video. So as he matures and progresses to the higher ranks, he's definitely going to have to learn how to get stronger and be more physical and use his size. Otherwise, it would be kind of like a Yaroslav Modry in terms of making I hate to make player comparisons, but just in terms of a style of play, then you're going to have a defenseman who has a good deal of size but doesn't really do a whole lot with it. With that said, Larsson does have a good deal of experience this past year. He went up as high as the SHL, so he had his cup of tea against grown men, and he scored 3 points in 20 games. So he was able to hold his own and get a little bit of a chance there. In the under 18 tournaments, looks like he scored about 5 points in 13 games. And so again, these aren't eye-popping numbers. I've seen a lot of scouting reports who say that he is a two-way defenseman. I think that that's a little bit misleading because he's such a good skater, but I don't think that being a big skater automatically translates into having offensive ability. In terms of an overall approach to the game, I do think that he is a little bit lackadaisical, which could also affect some of his offensive output on abilities, and maybe that's just the approach that seems to affect some of his numbers. But just throughout this video, you'll see that he doesn't have a very high level of intensity, and even with this opportunity here, he has so much time to rip off a shot, and he just waits for the goalie to get in position and then fire it off. And so just with that kind of lack of intensity or lack of urgency, I guess is the best way to word it, it just seems to affect his overall game. But like I always say, it's unfair to judge a player just based off of one game or two games, especially when they're only 18 years old, and this is just a day of work for them. So try not to read too much into this, as I always caution. Just enjoy it and look at what he can already do and look at what he can do in the future if he continues to progress. For example, I think that he is a very gifted skater, and I've already said that, but he's also just used in multiple situations. He's used shorthanded in this game and also on the power play. And so, as I've always said, I'm a fan of utility and having that versatility. Anyway, I'm going to turn on the in-game audio, and I'll come back in a bit just to share some final thoughts about the season and say some thanks, and then I will upload this and you can have one more video to prep yourself for the draft, or if you watch this after the draft, maybe your team drafted Larsson, then you can reflect on the pick and see if you like it. Okay, so I just wanted to come back in. We're starting the third period now, and I'm just going to give my final thoughts on the overall season and give some thanks. Uh, First of all, I just want to thank Andragon90, otherwise known as Andrew. He provided amazing commentary for several weeks when I was uploading videos, and so he was the one who was doing better commentary than I did the past couple months. So thank you so much, Andrew, for your contributions, and I'm looking forward to working with you next season. And yes, everyone, I do plan on doing the ship-by-ship videos next season, and so hopefully you will be looking forward to that. I also want to encourage anyone who has liked these videos and is interested. I think that we could definitely do something special with these videos, where obviously we've had a lot of people look at them, and this is a way for us to share an opportunity for fans of the draft to watch prospects. And so I really hope we can start trying to build a community of these shift-by-shift videos, and hopefully I can at least inspire one or two people to do this as well, because I can't do much more than I already did this season in terms of the quantity, and I'm definitely going to work on the quality, and hopefully this is something that everybody liked, and we'll go from there. And I did say that this is the day of the draft that I am uploading this to you, and so I wanted to wish everybody happy drafting, and I hope that your teams picked the players that you hope that they pick, even if it's a rival team. We're all fans of the draft, so I'm not going to hold grudges just because you're a Ducks fan or a Sharks fan. Just kidding, guys. But yeah, the draft is for something all of us can enjoy and have laughs, and so I really, really hope that you all enjoy the draft and enjoy these players, and I'm looking forward to next season with you. Of course, I want to congratulate the Chicago Blackhawks and their fans for winning the Stanley Cup. That was a great series. And of course, congratulating the Edmonton Oilers for winning the lottery and getting Connor McDavid. I know that's a very exciting time for them, and it preempted a change in management, which is what I was trying to get at when I talked about the Edmonton Oilers earlier this year. So I'm really glad that they are trying to turn their team around and having better management in place to make it a better team. I mentioned it before, but I'm going to make videos, at least one video for every team who drafted a player that I didn't already do a video on. For example, Pittsburgh doesn't pick until 46th, I think, overall at the time of this recording. So in case your 46th overall pick isn't someone that I did a video on, Pittsburgh fans, in the off season I will try to make a video for you on one of your prospects, as well as any other team who did not pick a player that I did a video on. That's my goal for the off season. Then I'm going to get a much needed break. And so with all of my previous videos. I hope that you like this one, and I hope that you're able to provide constructive criticism if you don't like it, and if you do like it, all the better. And so thank you so much for watching. If you had any other questions, or if you did want to do a project like this and want to contribute, you can certainly email me. I put my contact information in the beginning of the video. And good luck, and have a happy off season.